What is going on, everyone? We are back for another episode on the old rust bucket. We need to get this thing off the ground. I'm tired of seeing it the way it is. We're gonna start really chipping away on this thing. In the last video, you kind of saw a little heads up on what we were doing with it. You saw a little preview of us doing the airbags on it. And that's what we need to get going on this thing, guys. We just need to get this thing on the ground and running. But I've had this car for a few months now. It's been sitting at my house. Finally, we're actually gonna start making some serious progress on this. Now that the interior's torn out, we're actually gonna really start pushing hard to get this thing done. I wanna get this thing at least on the road by springtime. That's probably a pretty tall order. I'm not saying all the body work's gonna be done, but I like to at least get this thing running and driving so I can at least cruise up and down my street. I don't think that's really gonna be anything crazy and that we can't do ourselves. But as far as body work, stuff like that, we'll just leave it. We'll at least do all the rust patching on the lower window channel. That we can do. We'll do some patches here and there. We'll do the rear seat pans. Let's get this thing off the ground, guys. Let's start working on it. Let's make it happen. Let's get this wheel off. Look at that. I haven't cleaned under here ever since I started. So as you guys all saw a few episodes ago, we took the springs and shocks out from this car. Yeah, that clip. Don't do that. The purpose is to put an airbag in the same place where that coil spring used to be, right? So you're replacing the coil spring and shock with the airbag. So that's what we're gonna do right now in the front. Since there's no more coil spring and shock, this should go a lot smoother. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna disconnect the upper ball joint. That will allow the spindle to drop down. And then what we're gonna do is we're gonna disconnect the stabilizer bar. After that, slide the new airbag up. But what we need to do first is get the airbag, put the new air fitting on here, install the new mounting, and then throw it on in the car. We gotta do one thing at a time, so let's start disassembling the front suspension on here, work on that airbag, figure it all out, get it reinstalled, take you guys step by step on how I'm doing it. So let's go ahead and just dive into it, and hopefully I can get you guys some at least decent lighting in here. We'll see. So first thing we need to do is undo the castle nut for the upper ball joint, because this whole spindle has to drop down. So in order to do that, we gotta take this cotter pin out first, which I don't think is gonna be the hardest thing in the world. Come on. Got it. Now question is are we gonna be able to break it loose? There's the nut. There it goes. That could have sucked, huh? You can see all the cobwebs and dirt. I'm gonna do some grinding right here, so I don't wanna have all this debris here. So we clean that up real quick, guys, and then we'll start assembling the airbag and mounts and start fishing some stuff through here. All right, join me in this. What a view. It's almost like you're seeing what I'm seeing. So let's get this stabilizer bar off. What this does is this keeps this lower A arm or lower control arm in line. Keeps it from moving front and back, because without this, I'll show you how much slop there is on this. Yes, the bushings are worn out and they're 60, 70 years old and they're decrepit, but I will show you exactly the purpose of this. So let's go ahead and get these 2 3/4 off. Is it loose? Is it loose enough? Plug your ears, it's gonna get loud. The purpose of us taking this off is so we can lower this control arm down enough to slide the bag up in here. because you don't have enough drop to do that. But yeah, you can see how much slop there is. Like, it's not really that stable. So this kind of keeps it in line, that bushing's shot. So you can see the bag slips up there, and then the bottom plate will go on its lower A-arm, and you'll see it all go together. So that's it. That's it for the disassembly on this side. Let's start getting that airbag built. Oh, let me take you with me. Oh, this is with the GoPro. What's cool about this is I'm gonna look away. There's a screen right there that shows me exactly what my camera's looking at. So I'm always in frame, no matter what I do. Watch, watch, watch. Ready? Ready? Check this out, check this out. Boom, in frame. No question. There I am. Catch you on this side. Always in frame. That makes this filming a lot easier because when I was filming on my phone, I didn't have any sort of ratio of me being in the screen. So a couple times I had to set the camera up, film it, stop it, turn around, watch the footage, make sure I was 100% in frame. So, see, this is the stuff you guys don't get to see. Now I gotta set up my tripod on this. But now that we have adequate clearance inside the driver's side suspension area, let's start building this bag. So I've got the bag, and there is the bag mount right there. But we have the bag mount for the upper and the plate that goes on the lower A-arm over there that we gotta bolt up. But before we bolt this bag mount on, we've gotta install the air line. And what we're gonna do is, the air fitting. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna install the fitting, and then we're gonna bench test it, because I don't want any leaks. Once this is mounted on the car, I wanna know that this actually is gonna work and we're not gonna have any leaks to it. So, okay, sorry for the mess over here. I don't really have much bench space because the air tank and the pumps are kind of taking up a lot of the room for me. So bear with it, I'm bearing with it. If I can bear with it, you guys can bear with it. So the first thing we gotta do, of course, is get the air fitting to seal up on the airbag. What I like to use is Blue Monster thread tape. I find Blue Monster to work pretty good. Wrap it around the threads 3 times. If not, do it a 4th time. Not the biggest deal in the world if you do 4, but minimum on this stuff is 3. So that's what we're gonna do now. So let's take this air fitting. We're gonna take the Blue Monster. You can use whatever you want, guys. I find this stuff actually seals the best. Now remember, when you're wrapping your thread tape, be sure and go the same direction as you tightening, because you don't want the thread tape to undo. And then there's 3 wraps right there. Snap it off. But as you can see, it folds over this way. So it's folding over this way. So when I tighten it, it won't undo the threads. So there it is, that's 1/2 inch NPT. And we're gonna tighten this thing down. Now what a lot of people do is they under tighten it, they don't tighten it enough. Get it on there, guys, don't be afraid of it. You're not gonna hurt it. So here is the line that I'm using. It is 3/8 airline. But what I'm gonna do now is get a straight cut on it, because if you don't get a straight cut on this will never seal right. And what I'm gonna use to test for bubbles, it's not Rain-X. What's in here is soapy water. Soapy water works the best to find the air leaks. Which side did I cut on? I don't know. Go straight in. Snap it in, guys. It's gonna snap in there about 1/4 inch, maybe a little more. But now what we're gonna do is we're gonna bench test this. So what I'm gonna do is you're gonna see is I'm gonna air up this bag, and then I'm gonna spray soapy water on it. So get that in there as much as I can. All right, so we're gonna... Now what leak you're hearing, you're actually hearing this thing leak. Now I don't see anything bubbling up. I got 100 PSI in this bag. This is the part that's not fun. Now let's get this mount on this bag. So as you see, you have the upper mount, right? And your 2 bolts are gonna go here and here. Come on now, all thread, there you go. So you got the all thread on there, then you have the airline. Let me take you over here and show you. So this is the top of the shock mount on the driver's side. To give you reference, I'm right here. That is where my all thread's gonna come up from. And then if you look over here, there is where my airline's gonna come up from. What this was my original hole for the top of my shock to come through. Now, if you remember, I removed the Pleasurizer HD a while ago, but that top piece right there is where my awl thread is coming up right there. So we're just gonna go ahead and reuse stuff that was already used before. Honestly, it makes it simple, just a straight shot out of the top of the spring mount. And that's what we're gonna use to do that. So we're gonna use that, and then the hole for the airline. Originally, I think that hole for the airline was originally a drain hole on the top of the spring mount. That's a guess. I'm sure somebody in the comments can tell me otherwise. I would like to be corrected because I don't know. I don't want to give you guys false stuff. But I'm pretty sure that was a drain hole. So I guess before we start fishing that airbag through that front suspension, let's go ahead and get the drain hole wallered out. What we're gonna do is we're gonna open that thing up. I want it big enough that I can slip the airline through, plus this rubber protector. What I'm gonna do is use this rubber. I'm gonna stick the airline through there. This will at least protect it so nothing rubs through on it, especially when it comes up through that spring pocket. I don't want anything to happen to it. I ended up getting that thing hollowed out. You can see how much bigger it is. That's for the airline, and that's gonna be for the bag stud to come up. And now what we're gonna do is we're gonna modify that lower A-arm. What we're gonna do is we're gonna grind that lower A-arm flat from where that pocket that spring sat on, because the plate that goes on it needs a fully flat surface. So what we're gonna use to grind down the spring pocket is the old flapper disc. Put that right there. 36 grit. That should do just fine. I kind of wish it was a 9 grit. That would probably work a little better, but just hang on. So here's that lower plate that goes on that A-arm. But the issue is it's not a flat surface. And this is coned up, so we just gotta make this ring flat. Oh, guys, not even close. Up there. Done. Ah, that's nice. Nothing like rubbing metal dust into your forehead. Let's get this front bag installed. What do you think? First thing we're gonna do is we're gonna cut this stud an inch. I'm gonna take an inch off it because it sticks way out of that spring cup, way too high to the point where I can't even get a deep well socket on it. So that's what we're gonna do right now. Are you on? I can never tell with the GoPro. It's got the front screen on it, but once the front screen goes out, I gotta look for that blinky red light. Gold. That's gold. Look at that. Well, now that I just broke the filling out of my tooth, we'll go ahead and get this baby installed here. It's really not hard to bag a car, guys. It's just time consuming. That's all it really is. It just takes time. We got some water still in here. Got some water still in the threads from when we tested it. Wow, that was loud. I could probably even grab it underneath the threads that I'm going to be using. I'm not going to grind, perfect. You can see I didn't even hurt the threads, I just grabbed it. So now, let's install this bag. And there's what the top of it looks like. Got the 2 studs. We're going to shove a bolt washer there, bolt washer there. And one thing I could do is put a little blue Loctite on there. Just a little bit. Just a little bit. And you know what? We should probably put some red Loctite on this one. Because, you know, red and blue Loctite are so different. It sounds like I'm doing a lot. I'm literally just doing a little bit of thread locker on there. Literally 1 drop and it kind of just spun itself around the threads. I want it as center on this bag as possible. Good, good. Let me show you guys exactly what I'm looking at now. There it is, guys. The 2 bolts are on there. So we're just about there, guys. What I did was I took a piece of that rubber hose and I slipped it onto here. And you'll find out why. You guys, I'm sure already know that the hole that we just drilled out, it protects the actual airline. So this rubber hose will take all the brunt of any friction that happens. So hopefully we don't potentially create an air leak. This is high pressure fuel line. I think this is, it's strong, all right? It's strong. It's stronger than the airline. That's what I'm gonna go with. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna shove this down the hole, and then we're actually gonna take that bag and mount, and we're gonna bring it up. And I want the airline to be coming through there at no crazy angle. And then what we'll do is we'll bolt it on there, we'll tighten it down, and then we'll test it, guys. We'll test the bag, we'll make sure it inflates, it deflates. We're just gonna hook it up on here. I don't know how much to give you. I don't know, is that enough? I guess we'll see. So what we're gonna do is we're gonna snap that in there. She's in. I apologize for that. If I did not film any of that, I'll film it on the passenger side. I'll check footage and make sure you guys see exactly how I did that. I noticed my camera was facing down, so must have hit it somewhere in the process, so I apologize, but either way, let me show you what it looks like coming out of there. There's the airline being protected, so that all worked out good, and there's the stud coming up. Let's test this back. Let's do it real quick. Let's just shove the airline on the compressor. Let's just see if it actually inflates. I mean, that is hard as a rock. Well, that was a success on that one. Now let's throw that lower plate on and get this side wrapped up, guys. But I call that one a win for one night. We at least got one corner done. It's time, guys. Let's get that plate on there. Let's get that bolted on. All right, see if I can locate the bottom. Did I get lucky? I sure think so. This side, done. Finished. This side is 100% done. So now that we got the driver's side done, let's go ahead and focus on the passenger side, knock that one out. This will probably end up being a 2-part episode, guys. Sorry for that. But this is taking way longer than I thought. We got Thanksgiving coming up, all that stuff. I just want to make sure that I've got something to give you guys. Is there something on the lens? Is that better? So let's go ahead and knock out the passenger side. Let's get that done. And then we can air out both fronts, see what it does, see how it sits, see how it looks. Pull this corner off. So I did already install the bag on this side as like a mock-up to make sure I knew how everything was gonna go together. So the thing we gotta do now, take the bag back out, run the airline, and this one should be good to go. It should be a little quicker than the other side. I think Nick's coming over too. Sure, that's rare. Lovely. There is the airbag on the passenger side. You can see how much taller that stud is. But anyways, what I need to do is pull this bag out. We're gonna shove the airline in there. I did already check the fitting on this side for air leaks. This one does not have air leaks. So let's go ahead and remove this airbag and refit it back up. And then what we'll do is we'll test out both sides. Where does this thing come from? What is this? This will show you that this thing is ready to come off. I'm going to take the ball joint castle nut off. Ready? It's almost like I just took it off. So let's go ahead and undo all the same stuff. Wrench. There it goes. With the plate on the bottom. It's going. There it is. Oh, you know what? There's not even a fitting on here. Never was a fitting. I did already check the fitting on this side for air leaks. This one does not have air leaks. Well, first thing is first. Let's remove this bottom plate. One more. Oh no. What's up, man?
What up?
Oh, I just dropped a friggin' bolt right into the bag. Ready? Look who showed up. Ah, I dropped the friggin' bolt into the airbag. Ready?
I would leave it there.
I'll get it. He's got it. Hey, look at you with your Endmotive. Look at that. Dude, you're representing? Get some merch, endmotive.com. Get it.
Still work in progress. It's a little brisk.
Is it? Dude,
It's brisk out there.
Dude.
It's better in here.
Dude, you can close the garage door. I just left it open for you.
Yeah.
Huh?
Get rid of the couch, huh?
For free. Top button, top button. Might as well give Nick the garage code at this point. So this one's already mocked up. I've already got everything to fit. This one won't take long. We should go to the gas station, dude. We should.
You wanna hop on the bike?
We'll handlebar it. Okay, so where's my other straight fitting? Here it is. I got these ones in here. These sucked. So I had to reorder. So I got postponed a week because I ordered these ones. And these leaked out of the seal there, so I had to get the metal ones.
Go figure.
So I pushed it in there and then I pulled it out.
Gotcha. You almost have to pull the hose or push the hose while you're pulling the black clip.
Maybe.
I don't know why.
I got it to seal one time. Boom. Okay, cool. I got thread lock on there. Okay, got that on.
Is that a standard calibration technique
You like that?
for DeWalt?
You like that? You probably don't like that. You're like, I don't like that at all. I don't like that
I
one.
mean, it's not a big deal when I'm about 30 feet over here.
I don't like that one stinking bit. And then what's nice is the actual cup that the spring sits up in is perfect for the 2500 series airlift.
Sweet.
So now we need to run this to the trunk, cut off the access so I can use it for the rear. Have it right here. Just have two big spools right here and air it up. But I come prepared.
Yeah, no need to cut it right now. Unless you're really talking about modifying the firewall.
Just full roll, buddy. Yeah, Wreck the World, he runs his ladder frame rails. All the way back, this comes up. He's gonna send me some pictures of how he routed his.
I mean, that makes sense. That's probably where you want to put it, but
Yeah, when I had,
if you're talking about me, holding the body.
yeah, when I had a second Gen S10 that I bagged. It's so simple. Honestly, bagging this is probably easier, but running the lines without going through the body, simpler on that. Because you can cut the freaking back of the bed up and nobody cares.
Yeah.
That's straight. Looking up at a light now, I can't see anything.
Yeah.
Great, now I'm freaking blind. I'm all for it. I don't know what's going on, but I'm all for it at this point. These aren't my wife's pruning shears.
No, they don't look like it.
These are not my wife's pruners. Ooh, I need to drill that out, don't I? Drill it out.
Over here.
Yeah. Oh, this drill is worn out.
Okay. I think I might have a gift for you.
What is it?
The DeWalt drill. I don't even have any other DeWalt batteries or chargers.
You're gonna gift me a DeWalt drill?
I might. It looks significantly worse than that one, but it might.
But if it works better than this one, I'll take it.
Better. So,
This thing's worn out. It's worn out. That's a brand new battery. It's hogging it out. It's toast. I think I can get it though. Turns out I'm drilling out the wrong hole.
All right, while he's doing that, I'm going to tell you about the sponsor of today's video.
What is today's sponsors, Nick?
It's brought to you by Keeps.
Keeps.
And AG1 Greens. Look at that hair. Flawless.
I just got to figure I broke my neck doing that. I'm going to cut this way down, which is probably going to be a mistake. Don't tell my wife.
She doesn't watch your videos anyways.
She actually does.
Does she?
Yeah, my wife actually does. Her and the kids actually watch it on like Sundays when I'm at work. Or your brother?
My brother does. Yeah, Dustin, comment down below.
Dude, yeah, Dustin. Dusty, comment down below, buddy. Does he really watch my stuff?
Usually. I mean, hopefully he still is. Hopefully he hasn't forgot about you. You know?
He's probably like, this guy's an idiot. This guy has nothing going for him. And I do need to buy some spare batteries for this GoPro because I didn't realize how fast these batteries drain. Fast, within an hour.
So if you get the new white ones, they're supposed to last a little bit longer. They're like the Enduro batteries, and they have like a wider temperature range.
Really?
So it should last a little longer too.
That's what I need. I need to do something with that. Cool. So now we're gonna shove the airline through the hole I just drilled, and then feed it through the bottom. That's enough of that. And then we'll put it in the bag and shove her up. The key is also fucking shredding my airline on all the shards. That's where Nick comes in. Ow! Oh! God!
Feed it through.
So what's going to happen is I'm going to throw the airline on this fitting, and then it's going to get sucked right up to you, and then you're going to shake it and pull it through. Is that the worst impression ever of Herbert? It was an exaggerated version of Herbert. Boom, I'm in. Okay, so I'm going to lift this up, Nick.
Yeah. I'm ready for the washer.
Well, if you could just help me feed the line through, because I don't want to tear the airline. I don't want to tear the airline as it's coming up. Okay, you good?
Yeah.
I got it. No worries. Take your time. It's not even, it's kind of holding itself at this point. I just want to make sure the airline is straight.
Yeah, no, the airline's like pretty taut.
Watch this. You ready?
I'm ready. Through the hole.
Now I ripped my hand up. My fingers are numb. Should we give the old test? I can do that.
First try.
It's under the vending machine.
Oh, it's gone forever.
Is it under the vending machine?
Yeah, I wasn't looking actually, but I'm pretty sure, yeah.
My mask? I got it!
My mask! I got it!
Just from the mask?
Yeah, you don't remember that scene?
Maybe. It's been
Hey, what are you doing down there?
It's been probably 20 years since I've seen the mask.
Really?
Yeah. What kind of car was he driving though?
Studebaker. Bullet nose Studebaker. That's the one that was all falling apart.
Yeah.
Google it.
No, I don't want to.
No, like it's not for proof.
No.
Like maybe I'm wrong.
No.
Right.
We're gonna pretend you're right no matter what.
I may not be right. Impact me.
Impact.
Dude, you're just gonna be my filmer right now?
I guess.
Dude, I can knock this out fast. I'm about to do the bottom plate.
You do you. I'm just gonna look up what kind of car.
I'm gonna go with bullet nose Studebaker.
What kind of car did Stanley Ipkiss drive in The Mask? Man, they got all that actually.
1951 Studebaker champion.
I think you're thinking of the old Volvo. Wasn't that in Beetlejuice and the Frighteners? Have you ever seen the Frighteners?
I have some bright. That's the one with Michael J. Fox is also.
Yeah, he dies. Like has like a near-death experience.
Yeah, and they're coming through the walls and stuff like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
So since we have both 3/8 airlines for both corners, we're gonna tee it to a 1/4 inch line to a push to connect Schrader valve. And we'll just raise it up and down, make sure both of them work in unison. So,
do you use a horizon lock? Linear plus horizon lock in here? No, just linear.
You can stop it and go to my settings, you can see.
No, well, I'm just going to do this the rest of the video so your viewers get seasick. Oh.
Should I puke? Should I puke on command? That is actually a talent that I have.
Can you do it? Mm-hmm. I think if I gave it enough like thought and like worked myself up to it, I could probably do it.
Push to connect Schrader. Ooh, okay. Well, wow. Whoa. Am I ever going to get that off? And here we go. And it's not going to be the cleanest setup, but... I'm going to catch it and put it in reverse so it goes.
If you pull it off, it'll look good.
Yeah.
Do it. You know? Oh,
damn it.
Oh.
That didn't work out. Okay, we're enough of that.
Perfect.
Works so good.
So there's a chance you might not have enough pressure in the tank.
It's very possible.
Well, you filled the volume full of air. So you're just raising pressure now, you know? Nice. Look at that.
There are a lot of people that run bags without shocks, but I'm going to put shocks on it. Well, should we air it down?
I don't know what you want to do. If you just want to throw this in there to air it down, it might be the easiest way. You know?
Like this?
Yeah, just without the hose hooked up.
It's actually smart. Think about how long that took. Just that's 1/4 inch line. So 3/8. You saw how fast it does it with 3/8.
Yeah.
It's like.
It's crazy how much of a difference that makes.
And it just dumps it.
Done.
It
It
just
drops.
And it looks cool.
Yeah.
Should we finish the video?
Yeah. Finish this out right here.
So thanks for watching. That's it for this episode. Next week, we're going to do the rears and then get all 4 off the ground. But I think that's some serious progress for this week. I hope you all had a good Thanksgiving and time with your family. We'll see you guys next week.